Okay. Breaking. Our plaintiff have won their lawsuit against the Nazis for Charlottesville Unite the Right, white supremacists and hate groups behind the deadly Unite the Right violence in Charlottesville. This is a historic legal victory against the forces of violent hate that threaten our communities and our democracy. I believe it's what, like 25 million or something? And we are going to, we'll look at that when there's more details coming out.
No, your favorite character was the basketball.
Yeah, bare minimum, but, you know, still exciting. Okay, let's get to the most racist defense, the least racist defense team in America, okay? Just the most normal, least racist defense attorneys in America. Are you ready for this? Okay, so...
Smile.
I'm going to sit down for this one. The Ahmaud Arbery trial is going on, as you guys know, and I've fucking talked about the...
blaming Pogo.
I've talked about the details of this case numerous times this fucking week, okay? Of course, also... not only have I talked about the details of this case and how fucking insane the defense team has been so far, talking about how like black pastors shouldn't even be in the courtroom, trying to make an argument that like that is actually inciting a riot or jury intimidation, making comparisons to how black pastors are the same as like Klansmen. Like, you wouldn't like it if we brought Klansmen into this here courtroom cell. So, you know, that's just, they did that. Like, that was the defense attorney. He literally said, like, oh, what if we brought Colonel Sanders wearing a mask in this here courtroom today? You know, that's what happens when you have fucking, Jeffrey Jebediah, the #1 bird law attorney on your defense team. Okay. He said that. Like, that's the thing. Anyway. Filed for mistrial for someone wearing a shirt saying black pastors matter. That's tight. I mean, they're like really trying their best. And of course, the jury has a lot of white women. It's like majority white women in the jury. There's one black juror in the jury.
Hello, Mr. Abby. Thanks for streaming. I enjoy the content.
You know, it's a maritime law courtroom. Obviously, this is an admiralty court.
For today. But when is the mom's
okay.
coming?
All jokes aside, though. It is really fucked up, and the defense attorney is doing closing statements now. If you thought, and the prosecutor did a pretty decent job, I think, because it's a pretty open and shut case, right? But the defense attorney decided, like, we need to crank up. What we need to do is, here's a dial. There's a dial that just says racism on it, okay? We just cranked it up to like halfway. I thought, you know, I thought that's as far as the dial goes. They were like, no. It can go more. So they just dialed up the racism by like another fucking 40% today in the closing argument. So let's take a look at what happened today.
The jury will begin deliberations in the trial of 3 men accused of murdering Ahmaud Arbery. Travis McMichael, his father Gregory, and William Roddy Bryan could face life in prison if convicted. They have all pleaded not guilty to the charges. Omar Villafranca spoke to Arbery's mother.
I think if the jurors pay very, very close attention, took very good notes to there, see what actually happened to Ahmaud on that day.
Ahmaud Arbery's mother, Wanda Cooper Jones, has been in the courtroom every day as prosecutors and defense attorneys tell very different stories on how and why her son died.
He was running on county roads, on public roads. Ahmaud wasn't doing anything wrong.
That was prosecutor Linda Dunikoski's argument as she took aim at the 3 defendants Monday, saying Travis McMichael, Gregory McMichael, and William Roddy Bryan had no cause to kill Arbery because he had committed no crime.
And they made their decision to attack Ahmaud Arbery in their driveways because he was a black man running down the street.
Defense attorney.
I mean, literally, this is exactly what happened. There is no ands, ifs, or buts. This is precisely what the fuck happened.
Lol, you don't have a relative comparison with all,
you know, there's no particular
cut at the particular highly vascular
I don't know what else to say about it other than like it's insanely fucked up. Imagine if they wait, what the fuck? Where is that coming from? Anyway,
argued the defendants were conducting a citizen's arrest and that Travis McMichael shot Arbery in self
Yeah, they fucking, this is after they kept chasing him. Okay? Yeah, citizen's arrest is when you see a black guy in your neighborhood, not even in your full, like, you know, you see a black guy jogging and you fucking, go after them with a car. And he doesn't want anything to do with you. So, you keep chasing him for like fucking 5 minutes. You keep driving for 5 minutes. And then you try to place him under citizen's arrest by shooting them point blank with a shotgun. And by the way, he didn't have to run towards the gun. Well, your mother didn't have to run towards my cock every fucking night, but she sure does. Also, you're fucking grounded now, okay? I'm not just the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up. And honestly, you're a stepchild, okay? You're grounded permanently. Jesus Christ, he didn't have to rush towards the gun. Bro, what is he supposed to... He ran away from them, you fucking idiot. They're trying to murder him. They are trying to literally murder him. And he ran away, and there was nothing else he could do. He tried to fucking defend himself. Okay? God damn, dude. This is why your mother and father divorced, by the way. But I'm not like your biological dad. I won't put up with your bullshit. You're permanently grounded. White nationalist vigilante justice is now legal. I mean, no shot, dude. Like, cities will burn to the fucking ground if this case is so open and shut. Like, if this case fucking allows those three racist dipshits to walk free, dude, that's crazy. This is insane. Like, even in the Kyle Rittenhouse situation, like, you can at least, devoid of any, like, if you remove it of any sort of fucking context, like, there's an argument you can make about it, especially the first one, is self-defense, okay? It's still an escalation, and American laws are super fucked up, but this one, there is a 5-minute agitation leading up to this altercation, okay? No fucking shot, dude. You can't just literally chase people in 2 pickup trucks in a fucking racist-ass 2021 lynching convoy, finally catch up to the dude, and just fucking murder him in cold blood.
Out of shit take zone feels
okay?
strong
That's
now.
insane. That's actually insane. It's like incredibly fucking... incredibly open and shut, dude. And recorded. Except these motherfuckers thought they would walk because of this recording, and it turns out that's why they got clapped, because the recording leaked to the public. And they thought, they were so entitled, they thought that this would absolve them. And everyone was like, what the fuck? You guys just like chased after someone and murdered them. And now you think you're going to get away with this? Except, the prosecution had decided not to prosecute them because they knew the people. 2 people had to recuse themselves from the case. The district attorney was literally fucking shamed and lost her job. And also there's a separate court case going on now for that district attorney for literally obstructing justice and abusing her power for not prosecuting these people. It took 70 days for them to like actually open up a second case. Like, these 3 thought that they were walking after they got a little, free kill. Chased them for 5 minutes, murdered them in cold blood, said some slurs while they're recording it. They made a racist snuff film. They even did the big no-no, okay? White people, some white conservatives can't comprehend racism unless you are literally saying the N-word, okay? And sometimes I joke like, oh, how will you recognize that someone is a fucking racist if they are like in the process of doing a lynching while saying the N-word? And it's like, they did that. They literally did that. There isn't something more racist than this, okay? You did a full racism. You did the full Monty, dude. You did the full Monty. You chased a black guy, an innocent, unarmed black guy who's jogging, okay, with your guns in a fucking pickup. You shot him, and then you said the N-word. That's it. That's like the full Monty. I can't even comprehend a world where like they could have done something more racist than that. I guess the only thing more racist would be like just to fucking hang him or something for the sake of like symbolism. But that's it.
Self-defense.
Why make it about race? Exactly. Totally. I mean, it's the bingo, dude. They did everything. Okay, hold on.
That, despite McMichael's testimony on Thursday that Arbery did not threaten him.
He has not threatened you?
No.
And then they admitted it too. He's like, no, he didn't threaten me. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Hasn't pulled out a gun?
No, ma'am.
Hasn't pulled out a knife?
He did not.
Gregory McMichael's attorney tried to paint Arbery as responsible for what happened.
So this is what I'm talking about, by the way. Confederate flag on the front of the truck. They could have worn blackface while doing it. Okay, dude, that's like, those are like, you know, that's a custom skin at that point. You know what I mean? That's not like, that's not impacting the fucking severity of the crime at that point. You've already hit the max cap on racism, is my point. You know? Yeah, it's like there's like three more things they could have done that there's like three more things that they could have done that is like that would have made it more racist. And it's like if they burned a cross and they were wearing like the Klan outfit. Okay?
I'm here to avoid the 60 seconds.
No one but Ahmaud Arbery made the decision to either reach for or certainly give the very real impression that he was reaching for a handgun.
That's insane. Like, even the guy said that that's not the case. Her client said that that wasn't the case. She straight up tried to pin this on Ahmaud Arbery. I mean, that's what the defense attorney's supposed to do. But, like, god damn, dude, they're fucking crazy. They are insane. Wait, today she has some fucking insane takes, too. I don't know if they're going to put this in the video about his, like, toenails or something.
And Roddy Bryan's attorney argued his client was simply filming what happened and cooperated with authorities.
Roddy Bryan certainly was not aware of any intention on the part of Travis McMichael to shoot Mr. Arbery.
Cooper Jones left the courtroom after one defense attorney made comments about her son's appearance the day of the shooting.
Back again,
with no socks to cover his long, dirty toenails.
I mean, honestly, like, the things that I want to say here when I heard that, the things that I felt when I heard her say this about the victim here, Ahmaud Arbery, the victim of a hateful murder, okay? It would 100% land me in, you know, Twitch jail for sure. I would be banned probably for a very long time, so I'm not going to say it. If I say anything, I'm in big trouble. I'm not going to say it. But like, you can infer what I mean, okay? There is no justice in this world, okay? If there was, you know, I'm not gonna say anything else. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm thinking, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Appearance the day of the shooting.
With no socks
Your homie's merch for sale.
to cover his long, dirty toenails.
You got up and left.
Yes.
Why?
I didn't expect them to go that low. I'll just say this, regardless of how long and how dirty his toenails were, that's still my son. And he didn't deserve to die the way that he died.
Kappa 123.
Outside the court.
I mean, that's like just flexing on the corpse. You know what I mean? See you next Tuesday. Oh yeah. Oh, she is a cunt. 100%. I mean, absolutely. That's not the TOS part that I was thinking. You guys are. See you next Tuesday is not like a.
Pogo Detroit become human win pogo.
That's not. You thought that was the thing I was thinking? No. That is. Oh no, that's not what I was thinking at all. I was not thinking that. That's nice.
It's been a hell of a year, but
that's
we
kind.
still out here.
What you're saying. Like if I was Wendy Williams, I would be able to get away with the things I want to say. Okay, so I'd be afraid to walk out on the street now if I was that attorney. Why? She's gonna be totally fine, dude.
Demonstrators marched around the courthouse in support of the Arbery family, and the judge actually had to move the jury into an interior room so they wouldn't hear the demonstrators. They'll be back inside that room to deliberate after the state's final rebuttal. Nate?
Thank you so much, Omar.
That toenail comment, Nate, I'm still sitting with that, Tony.
Insult the murderer, not the defense. Are you kidding me, bro? She doesn't need to fucking... Listen, guys, I get it. I know that there's a lot of like Redditor Andys in here who think that they themselves are fucking, defense attorneys. I know, I get it. Like that's your... Because those are your vibes. Like lawyers are basically debate lords that made it, okay? And if you're the Supreme Court Justice of the United States, you are the top debate lord. We've talked about this before. But like, you know, there's a way to try to conduct this and like be fair and reasonable and offer your client like the full allowance that the law gives you. Like, everyone deserves a fair and free trial, you know, and to be judged by their peers in a jury of their peers. She did not have to fucking like disrespect him. Okay. Like, there is no reason to mention like he's got dirty toenails and shit like that, other than the fact that like he was tattered and he deserved it and he had it coming for him. And that's precisely what she's doing there. It's just totally fucking irrelevant to the case and totally just a flex. You are basically fucking teabagging. You're teabagging someone. It's just like you've, you know, it's just super bad manners here. I'll use more like fucking gaming terms so you understand. Like invoking white supremacist attitudes, invoking white supremacist attitudes in an effort to like gear up a jury to at least potentially not rule in the favor of justice in an open and shut case, an otherwise open and shut case that is like a very racial case, is fucking, it's disgusting. Like, it's just a very disgusting thing.
It's whether it's true or not true, I thought it was so cruel and so inappropriate and really irrelevant to what is happening in this case.
Well, Ahmaud's mother said it best. I didn't believe they'd go so low.
It was cruel. I thought it was
so low.
I thought it was extremely cruel.
Yeah, I thought it was demeaning as well.
24 hours later.
Can you please ratio Ben Shabibo, please? In the defendants in the Arbery case are acquitted, the media will, of course, blame racism. The reality is more complex. The case is about whether the defendants had probable cause to believe Arbery was committing a felony when they tried to effectuate a citizen's arrest.
Steal
Dude,
my memes, boy, you owe me.
why? Why would anyone believe that they had probable cause? It would literally be racism. That would be the reason why they believe that there's probable cause. And the racism there would be the reason, okay? Only a racist person would look at that situation and go, yeah, they thought he was actually doing some shit, and they had probable cause to fucking trail him for 5 minutes in 2 pickup trucks with shotguns because he was black while jogging and like going into a construction yard. That's it. That's fucking insane. There's no other reason, dude. Man, the dumbest dipshits I'll follow on my fake Facebook even knew those dudes fucked up. Yeah, they're like, bro, come on, brother. You can't be doing racism out and about like that. You violated the cardinal rule, brother. We only do lynchings like that when we got the masks on at nighttime. You did it in broad daylight, and you said the N-word, and you filmed it. Even like white supremacists would look at that and be like, well, that was just bad. You know, that's just bad posturing. You can't, you know, you can't be doing that. You got to hide your face with a Klan mask. And also on top of that, you can't be doing it in broad daylight. They did it in broad daylight, filmed it, and said the fucking N-word, dude. That's it. That's the trifecta. You can't be fucking, you can't do that. Even the most racist white person will be like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up. Except for Ben Shabibo, who will do everything and anything to defend any kind of instance where a black person is murdered by white people. He will always do that. The jury wasn't allowed to know they used the N-word. I mean, it does. Yeah. Well, because this wasn't a hate crime. They didn't charge. Well, first of all, there's no hate crime statute in the Arbery case in Georgia. So that's not even, there's no hate crime statute in Georgia, right? If I'm not mistaken.
White people have
like there wasn't, hold on. Yeah, they added it Dude, I can't. It's so fucked up. Like, I shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, they added it last year, bro. They added it last year, dude. The federal hate crime trial begins in February, but like, they literally added an additional statute. Like, Georgia did not have a fucking hate crime law.
Hassle.
Georgia was like, wait a minute, you can do hate crimes? Georgia, welcome to 2021, dude, where Georgia realized, you know, maybe we should be adding a hate crime statute. Who knows? So, like, not only do they not have that, but also this this case was not about that at all. This case was just clear cut, like, was this murder or not? Okay. Yeah. Hate crimes, Your Honor, I call them heritage crimes, please. These are crimes of heritage. I do bird law on the weekends. More like hate crimes, more like states' rights crimes, okay? But alas, some justice was served, and the 3 men involved in the killing of Ahmaud Arbery were found guilty. Okay? So let's watch.
I'm going to go ahead and address each one of these verdict forms separately. First verdict form I have is the state of Georgia versus Travis McMichael. Mr. McMichael, please stand. Verdict is as follows. In the Superior Court of Glenn County, state of Georgia, the state of Georgia versus Travis McMichael, case number CR 000433. Jury verdict form. Count 1, malice murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. I'm going to ask that whoever just made an outburst be removed from the court. Oh.
4 months after. Thanks for all the great talking.
Is he gonna fall like Kyle Rittenhouse, dude?
Hope the future holds more success for you. Appreciate your more frequent gaming and love all the fun guests. Keep it up.
I want to watch him cry a little bit, dude. Come on.
As this court has indicated, I ask that there be no outbursts in the court, and I expect as much from the gallery. Please respect the court's desire for this as we move forward. If you feel like you need to make a comment or otherwise demonstrate with respect to the verdict, I do ask that you step out of the courtroom now. Count 2, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 3, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 4, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 5, felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 6, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault. We, the jury, find the defendant, Travis McMichael, guilty. Count 8, false imprisonment.
Dude, there's so much. Okay, so yeah, guilty of all charges, dude. There you go. There you go. Fucking like, as the Swedish chatter said, as the Swedish chatter originally said, like, why are you guys celebrating this? I mean, it's like a broad daylight, fucking clear cut, racist ass murder. Okay, it is a lynching that occurred straight up in broad daylight. They fucking filmed it. They released it thinking that it was going to absolve them. They got away with it for fucking months until people realized, like, oh shit, you guys just that's crazy. You literally did that. So obviously this is the bare minimum. But in America, we celebrate these tiny dubs. Okay, we celebrate the fucking bare minimum. The criminal justice system like punishes racist murderers. Okay, that killed an innocent person in broad fucking daylight. We celebrate it. That's just like, you got to take that fucking, you got to take those dubs wherever you can, folks. That's right.
In the Superior Court of Glenn County, the state of Georgia versus Greg McMichael. Case number CR 20004.
Also, the prosecutor who like refused to fucking, the prosecutor who knew the McMichael family, who refused to actually bring this up, like to bring this as a court case, and dropped it and said, you guys are the most innocent motherfuckers I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Well, that prosecutor is also currently under investigation. There's a trial coming up for that prosecutor as well. Hopefully she goes to jail too, baby.
I'm glad you represented the big boy
Anyway.
Excel merch. Love you, chat hassle.
Just like little stuff, you know, just little things, you know, little things, little baby things. Tim Pool alert. Dude, why? Like, okay. This is what I don't understand. Are you ready for this?
Almost 9 months.
Why? There is not a reason why you need to do this. Like, you don't need to defend this, okay? Sometimes you just gotta say, all right, it's fine. It's fine. This one is okay. The question is, the Arbery verdict was whether the citizen's arrest was justified. This is why it was a felony murder. I don't understand how so many people are claiming it was the right verdict when his issue is so incredibly nuanced and complicated. It could easily get appealed. Bro, Kyle Rittenhouse was clear-cut self-defense, okay? But this instance, dude, it's incredibly nuanced, incredibly complicated.
Coincidence? Why'd people happy?
I think it's wrong to chase someone down armed because they think they're the person who may be trespassing. The post is the point where the appeal goes and people may end up seriously pissed off. They admittedly had to reasonably claim to conduct the citizen's arrest. I believe under oath it was admitted that they did not observe a crime and were told by, like, you know, Tim is the stupidest motherfucker on the internet when most of the other reactionary fucks have moved on to proving the guy from Waukesha was racist. Yeah, I thought like the new stuff was like, oh, Waukesha, the guy was a black supremacist or some shit, whatever the fuck people are talking about, which is gonna be like classic. I don't know anything about the dude. I don't know his background, and I can't wait for that to be like yet another thing that they constantly, like the right constantly brings up that CNN will never fucking even cover, okay? And then everyone on that side of the fucking spectrum, everyone on the right-wing internet was gonna forever be like, oh, that's a Black Lives Matter, Nation of Islam, black supremacist, and he did the white murder on purpose. And then, you know, fake mainstream news media is never covering it. Greg's 911 call was, sir, what is your emergency? Greg says there's a black man running down the road.
I enjoy the streams.
Yeah.
90% of the time the stream is down to earth and think you help people understand the hypocrisy of it all.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Dude, I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? If you think that there is any complication in that fucking story, in the story of Ahmaud Arbery's murder, if you think that there was any confusion there, I don't know if, like, I don't know if we can save you. I don't know if I can salvage it. Like, you're just fucking, you're brain dead. I'm genuinely curious, why is all public dialogue reduced to ratioing? Isn't it sophomoric? Yes, it absolutely is. But guess what? It's also a lot of fucking fun. That's why we do it. Especially because the people that we do it to get really fucking mad and really upset when it happens to them.
Thanks for being dope, young, sexy, and strong for 10 months, Hassel.
I get ratioed by Minecrafters every day, okay? All day, every day, twice a day. I get ratioed by Minecrafters when I'm just having fun and like having a normal conversation. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Like, look. What's it? Where is it? All the other Twitch streamers, I said this. I said all the other Twitch streamers are getting McLarens, GTRs. XQC apparently got a McLaren. He can't even fucking drive, which is pretty funny. He doesn't have a license, but he got a McLaren. You know, Nick has a GTR. Miskiff has an R8. Soto got a 911 GT3S, I think. And then I made a joke. I said, but everyone knows the V6 Toyota Camry Sport Edition with the leather interior seats, heated, has the best cussy. And then Tubbo says McLaren is king. Okay. And then Schlatt says, can you even drive? And then Tubbo says, don't need to, can still enjoy it. Ah ha ha, ratioed. If you have to spam the link in the chat, it's not a real issue. Shut the fuck up, weeby. It's like saying, yeah, Ben Shabibo said it too. In the defense of the Arbery case, I recorded the media will, of course, blame racism. The reality is more complex. The reality is about whether the defendants had probable cause to believe Arbery was committing a felony. They always try to do this, dude. Like, the reality of the Emmett Till case is more complex than you would think.
The Industrial Revolution
I went to Harvard.
Consequences have been a disaster for the human
So I
race.
tried to intellectualize all matter of different race crimes committed against black people. Ben Shapiro really is like, well, in Tulsa, what do we have to look at? In the Tulsa massacre, which I will not be considering a massacre, okay? More like a battle where the whites and blacks were fighting against one another when the situation was equalized. Pim Tool replied, when the situation is equal, on equal grounds, what you have to recognize is, did the black person actually whistle at the white woman in the elevator? Were the whites actually engaging in self-defense when they got in airplanes and dropped TNT and other kinds of bombs into Black Wall Street?